Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I trust you guys are all having a good day. Mine's been a little bit so-so to be honest, but we're going to make this a positive video. I just went out and actually got my groceries with my girl, but beforehand, I didn't really have a great live stream today to be honest, so I thought now while everything's a bit fresh, would be a good time to do my next vlog style video. And I want to talk about sometimes why I feel like I'm a failure even if I'm not necessarily one. This is something I wanted to talk about for a long time. My goal for this video is to hopefully be relatable, not have a pity party. And again, I would love to open up a dialogue with people to see how we can overcome certain challenges together. So I'm hoping I could take something that's negative or polarizing or whatever and turn it into something more positive. So here we go. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to touch on today. I didn't have a very good live stream today. I felt like no matter what I did, I just couldn't get it right, whether it was with my content or my hosting or just the vibe and the energy that I was trying to provide for people. Just didn't feel like anything was going right. Life, no matter what you do, especially in entertainment and live streaming, is always going to have its peaks and valleys. And especially with what I do, when things are successful and everything is going right, not just between my content, but with how social media is going. You're going to be the first hero when everything goes right, but you're also going to be the first villain when everything goes wrong. There's also a lot of other circumstantial things going on right now in the world, so there's a lot of pressure for everyone. So there are different variables. There are some things that are also outside your control. The fact of the matter remains, life is always peaks and valleys. And, you know, even when I'm doing very well, or at least what people on the outside would consider doing very well, quite often I feel like I'm a failure, especially if things are taking a slight dip. It might not be like the end of the world, but sometimes I still will feel that it is. And I wonder why that is. And so I thought today we might try and start reverse engineering this. And spoiler alert, it probably comes down to more external factors rather than personal factors. Let me put it to you this way. Let's just say you had no wife, no kids, no family, and literally nothing to lose, and you were just going all in on a project, a hobby or something, and it worked out great, and if not, well, who do you have to answer to apart from yourself? Do you know what I'm saying? So, I think the good news is, maybe the answer really comes less about actually not being good enough and more about trying to block out maybe some kind of outside factors, or at least dealing with them in a healthy way. At least that's how I look at it. So reverse engineering from me, had a little bit of a turbulent upbringing. I'm not going to harp on this. You know, I had certain caregivers constantly telling me that I wasn't good enough. And so I guess if I ever have a challenge or a speed bump in something that I'm doing, it might confirm that they're right. And so I probably have that in the back of their head. I think for myself, I certainly have a bit of a chip on my shoulder to prove a lot of people wrong. And again, that's a very important thing, isn't it? Because when I say it like that, I guess it means when I reverse engineer this, that I worry a little bit too much about what people think. It's hard not to worry about what people think with what I do. Even if family and friends are not a factor, I'm still in the entertainment world. So if people are enjoying, you're going to do well. If they're not enjoying, you're not going to do well. So it's really, really good in most fields to not care what people think. I don't know how you separate that in the entertainment industry. That is a big challenge. I don't think any big entertainers or celebrities or anything are probably going to watch this video. But if there is someone in the entertainment field, I would really, really love to know how you handle this, because it is definitely a different phenomenon, I think. But yeah, reverse engineering it, I think it comes down more to what you are worrying about with other people thinking in the background. You know, the background noise, you know what I mean? Another thing for me is my father. You know, I come from a lower middle class upbringing, and I never went without. We didn't have massive excess or abundance or anything, but I never went out. But he pushed really hard to give me a private school education in high school, and I was very rebellious. I didn't really give a shit about school, And, you know, obviously I didn't care that he sent me to private school when I was a kid. I didn't want to be there. But now that I'm at middle age and I look back on it now, I feel bad that he invested so much time and money into me to only do really bad and not care about school. So I would obviously love to really, really succeed in what it is I do, so I could at least make him proud and think it wasn't all for naught. And so when I go through those periods, I guess, where there are challenges and valleys, I feel like I'm letting him down as well. Does that make sense? So, again, it's so interesting, isn't it? Because I feel like all my worries and everything have got to do with external factors and not myself. Probably doesn't help the fact as well that I'm one of those people that are pretty strongly risk adverse. You know, there's a lot of people out there that don't take any chances. They just don't like taking risk at all. To be honest, that's probably a lot more comfortable life, to be honest, to have no risk, to play it safe, and to not to have the extra pressures. But it's also very mediocre, I think, like if we're going to be real about it. So, I mean, you either have a mediocre life of no risk, or you have a very risky life where you try to put it all in for the biscuit, and then you start having these mental questions constantly come up in your head. So, I mean, I'm hoping this video is relatable. I'm really just spitballing what's in my mind right now. But I don't really feel like I'm going too well at the moment. You know, it's amazing how things can turn around. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, most of my following is on Facebook. And I have a wonderful core audience of people who watches my online and offline videos. But considering we have so many followers there, we're talking like almost a couple 100,000. It's tricky, man. Like hardly anyone watches ratio-wise anymore. And, you know, when I have a dead chat or I'm not getting the support, I feel like I'm letting everyone down, including myself. And I don't want to have a pity party or become a victim or anything, because I certainly am not. I've had a lot of privilege and I've had a good run. I guess the reality is entertainment jobs are not going to last forever. But, you know, I have the pressure of looking after the people I care about, my community and everything. And you have to ask yourself some questions sometimes, some very hard questions. Do you keep going at what it is you do? Or do you accept that it's run its course and move on? I think there's a difference between accepting something has run its course and quitting. I'm certainly no quitter. I mean, who else has really been a live streaming and content creator for 7.5 years full time? Not too many people. I don't think you could really call me a quitter. But yeah, there are certainly some hard questions to ask. I mean, I just want to do well. I just want to earn a great living, look after the people I care about, look after my community, build something great, do something that's a bit beyond myself, and, you know, have something going on that matters. Maybe that's a pride talking. I know pride's not a good thing. But I don't really feel like I'm doing all those things right now. And here is the irony. From the outside looking in, people are probably going to think I'm doing quite well. But I don't feel like it in my heart right now. And yes, I guess I just have to look logically further into it and see if it's just a genuine valley and things will come back up, or if it is time to maybe do something else and I don't know, build something else great. I mean, I'm more talented, I think, than I give myself credit for. If I've built a social media brand that's lasted, I'm sure I could put that energy into something else. But, I mean, give me your thoughts on what you guys are going through in this instance anyway. This sort of be an interesting topic to talk about today. I really do appreciate you guys tuning into all these videos all the time. Hope you get something out of it. If not, well, thank you for popping in anyway. I guess I will catch yous all on the next one. Take care, everybody.